All right, Oakland, we are back. And it's time for us to continue our franchise mode with your Oakland Athletics. Up here at the beginning of year number 2, spring training. The last video, we just got to see our first round pick from last year's MLB draft, Theo Perkinson, for the first time. And he went 0 for 3 in his MLB spring training debut. But that's okay. The future looks bright for Theo Perkinson. We also had a great offseason. I might as well show you guys this quickly, get you caught up. We got rid of Ben Revere in the outfield. We still have Stephen Piscotty as our right fielder. We still have Jake Marisnick as our center fielder. We still got Chris Davis as our DH, but we had to replace Ben Revere in left field. So I wanted to go out and use Moneyball tactics, acquiring 2 players. One to hit against righties, the other to hit against lefties. First, we got the center fielder, Chris Young. This guy is going to be our left fielder against left-handed pitchers. You can see his contact versus lefties up there at 73. His discipline up there at 69. I'd say if I only let this guy hit against lefties, we can keep that kind of batting average and on-base percentage, which looks pretty good, okay? And also Chris Coughlin, not Coughlin, you guys were saying. This guy is going to be our left fielder against right-handed pitchers. You can see his contact versus righties up there at 66, and his discipline real good up there at 81. And this guy last year had 338 at-bats, and his batting average was up there at 299, on-base percentage 384, right? So if I can make sure that these guys hit to their strengths, we may have a left fielder who can hit 300 this year and be on base maybe close to 400. That would be sweet. Okay, and I might as well show you guys as well. Theo Perkinson, the man of the last video who did not come through. But I was asking you guys in the comment section, you know, how do we build this guy the right way? I want to make sure that this guy makes it up to our team nice and quickly, but not at the expense of his growth. I don't want to bring him up just for the sake of bringing him up. If he is going to get better by playing in AA, I want him in AA. And that's where you guys were saying, until you see him really start to grow, you know, he can stay in AA until he's like 70 overall. So I may just do that. I got to keep an eye on his power numbers. You will not be able to see how he's performing on his player card, but by the end of every month, if I actually go to like AA and take a look at the player stats, I'll be able to see how he's performing. So basically, you guys were saying make sure that he's performing at a high level and you will see him grow. If he's dominating in AA, bring him up to AAA. If he's faltering in AAA, make sure he goes back down to AA. Okay, so message received, boys, message received. And we have all of our young players playing up in the MLB. So we got spring training. Before we simulate the rest of spring training, don't worry, in this video I would like to get at least a month done, critical situation and a managed game. I want to go back to training and make sure all the players are focusing on the categories that we want them. We left them here for 1 year. Let's do it again. So Sonny Gray is going to focus on pitch coach session. You can see the little stats that are highlighted green. That's the one that he's going to be focusing on. Chris Davis, you know what? Let me just go by position here. It's a lot easier to sort. So Stephen Piscotty, I like his discipline. I like his vision. His clutch is fine. You know what? Let's get a little bit more contact into Stephen Piscotty. This guy could be a filthy 2 or 3 hitter if we get his contact numbers against righties up there, okay? Matt Joyce, Rodney Chamberlain, I gotta remember these names. I just want to get the guys, Will Nixon. I just want to get the guys with the potential. Okay, so Will Nixon is a right fielder, a potential. Seems to be more of a left fielder than a right fielder because he doesn't have the strongest arm or fielding. Maybe a DH as well. So, what's his weight? 176, 5'7". You know what? Let's focus on vision, discipline, and clutch for this guy. Actually, you know what? Contact. Let's see if we can turn this guy into like a leadoff hitter. There you go. He's got decent speed, 66. We can make that even better as well. Center field. All right, so Jake Marisnick. Now, a lot of people disagree with my decision to have Jake Marisnick as our center fielder. The reason I want him in there, take care of the speed, take care of the defense. We have Piscotty in right field. We have Chris Davis in, well, Chris Davis is our DH. The other 2 guys are the on-base guys. I just need a good defensive speedster in the outfield, all right? And he's got B potential. So if we can get his contact versus lefties and righties up there, you might see his batting average go up. Now, should I go discipline instead? Now, you know what? It's going to take way too long to get vision, clutch, and discipline up there. Let's go for Jake. Let's go contact, all right? Chris Young, base running? No, screw that. Let's go contact. There you go. Olivier Rodriguez, let's go contact, sure. This guy's our speedster defensive player. Luis Woodson. Now, this guy's got good potential as well. Interesting. All right, so, you know, I already like his, he's 28, though, yeah. These guys could still grow to their 30s. You know what? Let's focus on power for this guy. Turn this guy into a hitter. I don't think he's going to be a good outfielder. Jeremy Schaefer, no. No. I just want to find the players that we can focus on. So, Mini Crush, Chris Davis. I'm going to keep on focusing on power. Get that power versus lefties and righties up there. Chris Coughlin, let's focus, same thing as Young. Let's focus on contact so we can stay there. Alan Durden, no. Owen Lamb, no. Jerome Shackelford, no. Shortstop, Marcus Semien, what is he focusing on? Vision, discipline, and clutch. Well, it's above 60, so I'll take that off. Let's see if we can get Semien up the contact versus righties, because if we can do that, we can use this guy a lot more. So far, he's only batting against lefties for us. Marcus O'Connell, Jimmy Comstock, no. Eddie Rosario, let's see, shortstop. Just focus on contact versus lefties and righties. There you go. Rich Sedano, nope. Third base. All right, so Jose Ramirez, our leadoff man. We're going to keep on focusing on contact versus righties and lefties. We want this guy to be able to get on base. Now, Ryan Healy, interesting. I want to get his power numbers up there, but the thing that scares me about Ryan Healy is his discipline. This guy's going to be striking out a lot. And if we're Moneyball tactics, I can't have a guy on the team with an on-base percentage below 300, right? So he's got the A potential. We want this guy to grow, but let's get that discipline up there, because if we want this guy to be a complete hitter, I need the clutch and I need the discipline up there so we can get RBIs and not strike out. Okay, the power numbers can come last for this guy. So hitting coach session for Ryan Healy. Philip Nakajima, you know what, for you, I'll just go for, there you go, these three. Carlos Reyes, Ryan Hogue, Stefan Bermudez, all right, second baseman, Corey Spangenberg. You know what, no, Spangenberg, just focus on contact. We don't need to make a power hitter out of you. You were our best on-base percentage guy last year. Let's just work on that. Brock Holt, same thing. His discipline is fine. Just go contact versus righties and lefties. Bob Mendoza. Ooh, you know what? This guy, he's already got some real good stats. Let's get on working on fielding so he can actually play the infield. There you go. Drew Diggs, deep potential. Dan Vaught, okay. First baseman, Mark Canha. Now, we want Mark Canha to get better. He's already got good stats against righties. His fielding's okay. Yeah, he's a serviceable first baseman. Do I want to increase the power? He's got good discipline. What was his stats like last year? Let me just see. 261, 3. He gets on base. Yeah, you know what? Let's try to increase that contact versus lefties. Because his power, he's already a good hitter against righties, and his discipline is fine at 58. Let's try to raise that contact versus lefties. Now, Theo Perkinson. Yeah, so I already wanted to improve his discipline. His discipline down there at 22, not good enough. If we want him to take advantage of his power swing, we need that discipline up there at 50, all right? So I'm going to focus on that for Theo Perkinson. Sammy Caruso, all right, Eldon Jacob, blah, blah, blah. Catchers, JT Realmuto. We're going to try to raise that discipline up there. Walter Chang. Now, Walter Chang, he is our catcher prospect who's going to be playing in the MLB this year. He's 77 overall. I think if we're going to make this guy a legitimate catcher, not for this year, but for next year. Like, he's going to be on the bench for this year. It's going to be JT Realmuto. Let's work on his defensive stats so that next year he can be our starting catcher. So I'll increase his reaction blocking and fielding. He's not going to have the strongest arm, but he'll be a good hitting catcher who can take care of his own defensively. Austin Hedges, Morano Estrella, all right? Now, Tim Schultz, I drafted this guy. He is already 77 overall. I think this guy could play in the MLB this year. So let's increase his pitching, his makeup, I should say. Michael Alford, same thing. Let's go makeup. All right, Paul Green, Scotty Frost. All right, all these guys down here. I won't worry about them. And Sean Manaea is already focusing on the right thing. So is Taiwan Walker, Jesse Hahn, Shelby Miller. Ooh, what the hell is Shelby Miller? A combination toss. Hell no. Get on over here. There you go. And Daniel Mengden. Okay, so we have taken care of training, boys. That's why they call it spring training. You got to put some time into your players. Now, we're not going to be doing any more spring training games. We're going to be getting to the regular season. So let's do some simulating. I think we're good. Oh, and last but not least, I made sure to get Theo Perkinson and Walter Chang as many at-bats in spring training as I can at the bottom of the lineup. So Chang is the catcher, Theo Perkinson first base, Chang Perkinson, Chang, Perkinson, Chang, Perkinson. Okay, so we'll see how these guys performed at the end of spring training. So let's go, boys. Let's simulate. All right, loss, win. I think that other one was a win. 2-2, beautiful. Woo, 3-2, 4-2. Go, boys, go. 4-3. I don't know if this is a good indication of how we're going to simulate during the regular season. I hope it is. Maybe not. 6-7, 6-8. Here come the losing streaks. 7-8, 8-8. All right. So I'm going to pay attention to the stats very closely this year. All right. We really are using those Moneyball tactics. All these players with a strong on-base percentage, and hopefully the middle of our lineup can. Chris Davis, they have enough clutch to hit these runners when they're on base, right? Hit them home, I should say. So last game of spring training. Let me just simulate. Spring training has come to an end. I don't want to simulate into the season just yet. So lineups, let's take a look at managed roster first, I should say. Let me go to Theo Perkinson. Did he grow at all? We saw some, we saw him diminish, -1. Don't worry, boys. He can easily go back up. He just didn't have a good spring training. So Theo Perkinson is not ready to play just yet, and Walter Chang doesn't look to be ready to play either. If I go to player statistics, right? Let's take a look at first baseman here. What did Theo Perkinson do? So I gave him 97 at-bats. He had 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Ooh, his batting average was 175 and his on-base percentage 216. So Theo Perkinson is not ready for the majors just yet, boys. And Walter Chang gave him 85 at-bats. Let's see, he hit 212 with an on-base percentage of 302. Okay, so it's going to be JT Realmuto, don't worry. I just wanted to see how these guys played. Now, closing pitchers as well. Tim Schultz, what did you do? Innings pitched, you only get 6 innings pitched, a whip 1.6, only 6 innings pitched. Didn't really get that much of a chance. Do I want to give Tim Schultz the chance to play this year or 1 year in AAA just to really get him up there? Hey, all right, well, we're going to have to figure that out. Okay, so I got everything on manual. Now, I think if I simulate to the next year, we have 40-man. Yeah, we have 40 players under our 40-man roster. I think we may have to drop some players to the waivers. Hopefully, it's some shitty players, though. Hopefully, I don't have to drop any good players. So, advanced day. Yep, advanced to the 2018 regular season. There it is. So, let me go back to this. Yeah, so I have, if you take a look at the top right, it has 1 player on waivers. I think it would be Joyce, our right fielder, because I did some pre-scouting. Hang on. Yeah, Matt Joyce, all right? The reason Matt Joyce is on waivers was because we brought him up to the MLB, and he already had 3 of 3 minor league options used. So the fact that after spring training I had to send him back down, that means he's got to clear waivers, okay? So we only lost Matt Joyce, not the end of the world. So I am going to go through the rosters here, make sure everyone is in the right position, make sure everyone's on the MLB squad. We don't need to waste your time. Power of video editing. All right, boys, I got them done. Took some time, but our 4 lineups are ready to go for year number 2. So we'll quickly just go through this. We'll start off with right-handed pitchers with a DH. Once again, Jose Ramirez is going to be our leadoff guy. Now, if you remember last year, he played shortstop against right-handed pitchers because Marcus Semien, our real shortstop, he's not hitting the greatest against righties, right? So Jose Ramirez, his secondary position, he could play second base, shortstop, left field. So we'll throw him into the shortstop position against righties, and he will be our leadoff hitter, okay? Secondary is going to be a Brock Holt. We acquired this guy at last year's trade deadline, and I have to keep a close eye on who's the better secondary hitter, Brock Holt or Corey Spangenberg. Reason being, they have very similar stats, right? If you take a look at what they did last year, Brock Holt, 436 at-bats. He hit 264 and an on-base percentage of 349. And you compare that to Corey Spangenberg, who had less at-bats, 387, but a better batting average and a better on-base percentage. The question is, however, if Spangenberg had the same at-bats as Holt, would those numbers have come back down to earth? So what we'll do is we'll keep a close eye on these two guys. Whoever's playing better can get the starting role. I don't care which one. Their stats look very similar, okay? So month to month, we'll keep an eye on those two guys. Third, we got Stephen Piscotty. This guy is a very good hitter. Even against righties, he's got some good power. His clutch is up there at 98. So I'm hoping with these two guys, they get on base. Stephen Piscotty can come through with a single, maybe score a run, or just set it up for Crush Davis, baby, number 4. All right, he's going to be in the DH role. First base, we got Mark Canha, who again, against righties, hits fine. line, so he is going to be in the number 5 spot. After that, we got Chris Coughlin, our left fielder. He is going to hopefully clean up and maybe also get on base for Ryan Healy. I want to protect Ryan Healy. I don't want to put him up in the lineup. His discipline's only at 37, and last year he did not hit the greatest, right? So we're going to protect him a little bit. If we want to win games, I got to rely on the best hitters in our team, or on our team, and Ryan Healy's just not there just yet. JT Realmuto is going to be down there in the number 8 spot. His stats look like that. If he had slightly better power numbers, I'd give him the nod over Ryan Healy, but no, he doesn't. And then Jake Marisnick, our center fielder, if he can just get on base with that speed for the top of the lineup, it'll end up working out for us, okay? So that is our lineup against right-handed pitchers with a DH. We got Walter Chang on the bench as our catcher. We got Marcus Semien, who can play second, third as our shortstop, pinch hitter if they bring in a lefty. Chris Young, again, another pinch hitter if they bring in a lefty, can play the outfield. And Corey Spangenberg can play the outfield and third base, another pinch hit situation. All right, so there is the right-handed pitchers. Same thing against right-handed pitchers with no DH. It looks very similar. It's just Chris Davis is not a DH. He's a first baseman, which means Mark Hanna is on the bench. And if we go to left-handed pitchers with a DH, Jose Ramirez is still our leadoff man, but he's playing third. Brock Holt is number 2. Steven Piscotty's number 3, but he's much better against lefties, so that's a good position to be in. Chris Davis at number 4, and then Marcus Semien at number 5. His contact versus lefties, his power versus lefties, and his clutch at 65. I'm hoping that this guy can clean it up a little bit. Chris Young, our outfielder against left-handed batters. Again, hopefully he can clean up. And then Ryan Healy back there with his low discipline, JT Realmuto and Jake Marisnick. Okay? So if you guys have any suggestions for lineup changes, I should say, or pitching rotation changes, you guys let me know. Oh yeah, I didn't show you the pitching rotation. Oh, and also, very interesting. You know how I started giving out contracts in the offseason to make sure people were happy? See how it says the pitching rotation right here? Sonny Gray is an 84, Sean Manaea is an 81, Taijuan Walker is an 80, right? If you go to pitching rotation, they're actually playing much better right now because I got them happy. Sonny Gray's playing like an 88. Sean Manaea is playing like an 85. Taijuan Walker's playing like an 82. Why are they doing this? Well, if you go to their player morale, right, I gave Sonny Gray the ace position in his contract, and he's in the ace position right now in the rotation, so he's happy. His contract, I made sure, is higher than his expectation, so he's ecstatic about his contract. We have top tier pitching coach, which he's happy about, so his 84 overall turns into an 88 overall. This is what I mean, boys. I took care of it in the offseason. Sean Manaea, he's only an 81, but he's playing like an 85. Why? Because he's in the rotation, and he loves his $2 million per year. All right? Same thing with Taijuan Walker. He is just happy. I actually could have this guy even happier. I had to save some money with him. Maybe for next year, though, okay? And then we got Daniel Mengden, who's going to be our long relief pitcher. Brought him up this year, and then the bullpen looks like this. If you can see one weakness that we have in the bullpen, you know, we got some good pitchers in here, but we don't have any lefties other than Sean Doolittle, our closer. I wouldn't mind acquiring maybe 2 mid-relief lefties or 1 setup lefty and 1 mid-relief lefty, but what are you going to do, right? So it's everything taken care of. Let's just go, last but not least, take a look at the standings. The Athletics, all right, so we are 17th in the league. Our speed is still up there, but if you remember last year, we really focused on speed and defense, and they were at the top. Our defense is taking a hit, but our contact at 16th, our power is at 18th, and our pitching is at 12th. You know, all 3 of those categories are the real strong categories, and you know, they're starting to get to the midway point. We just got to get them into the top 10. So see the Angels 13th, Astros 15th, Rangers 18th, and the Mariners 14th. All right, so we might be able to do something in our division this year, boys. So no more waiting around. Let's start up this simulate. Oh, actually, one more thing. Scouting. Okay, so we found Theo Perkinson last year. We find the guys, they're all central. Yeah, you know what? Even though we don't have a coach or a scout that comes from the West, whatever. So I'm going to go outfields. Let's just go power again for the West. There you go. Outfields, power for the West, and also infield power for the West. All right, and after we search those, we'll just go into... Going into all the players that we already have scouted, we'll just find out their individual stats, because there's already a bunch from last year that didn't get drafted. So power contact in the West. There you go. So West. Yep. See all these other guys like scouted? These are all the players that we either scouted from last year or just showed up this year. So we can still just scout all these guys. But I want to see if I can find any power players like, what's his name? Theo Perkinson. All right, so that is everything taken care of. Let us start it up. Now, if my scouting is on manual, I'm going to have to come back there every few days. Manual, everything's on manual. Critical situations is off. Yep, that's what I want. Calendar. All right, so first game of the season, boys. Let's get this sucker quick managed. Hell yeah. Let's see if we can start this season the right way. All right, so Sonny Gray is going up against Tyson Ross. Now, he's 84. I'm hoping that he turns into that 88. I don't know if it actually does. It says that it does. I don't know if it actually works in the simulation. And that's our lineup. All right, so let's play ball, boys. All right, so top of the first, we are in Texas. Jose Ramirez, our leadoff man. What can he do? Swing. That's a flyout. Brock Holtz, swing. What can you do? That's a pop-out. Steven Piscotty, swing. Ooh, 2-out single. All right, Chris Davis, what can you do? Your first at-bat for the season, and it's a strikeout. All right, Elvis Andrus, let's see. So we got Sonny Gray, right-handed pitcher. He's pretty good in every category, man. It's not like I have to focus on pitching for contact because this guy's going to walk too many. Elvis Andrus, all right, so you know what? Does he have a lot of power? Doesn't have a lot of power. Discipline 57. He's not going to get a walk, so pitch that guy. Ground out. Very nice. Carlos Gomez. We'll just pitch this guy as well. Pop out. Rougned Odor. His discipline is low. I could always pitch around a guy who's got low discipline. No, you know what? We got 2 outs. Trust in Sonny Gray. Pitch. That's a walk. Should have pitched around him. Nomar Mazara. Now, I know this guy's got good stats against righties. Yes, he does. And he's got good discipline. Don't want to pitch the contact. Nope, just got to pitch. Come on, Sonny Gray. Come on. Strikeout. He gets out of the inning. Beautiful. All right, Mark Hanna, what can you do? Swing. Single. Leadoff signal. All right, so Chris Coughlin. We went out there to acquire players like this for Moneyball tactics, all right? Screw the sack bunt. What can Chris Coughlin do? Will he get a walk or will he get a single? Swing. He gets a walk. There's the Moneyball, boys. There's the Moneyball. You get on base no matter what. Chris Coughlin coming through. All right, Ryan Healy. Got a runner in scoring position. Now, his discipline is low. Strikeout. Swing. Fielder's choice. Shit. JT Realmuto. I could always hit into a double play here. It's a 0-0 game. You know what, JT? Let's go for that sack fly and get a run. Get a run. Yeah, got Jake Marisnick up next, so yeah, you know what? Sack fly. Strikeout, for God's sakes. All right, Jake Marisnick, you're going to have to come through. Our worst batter with runners on the corners. Swing, and it's a ground out. Shit, man. I can't believe I didn't get that sack fly. Joey Gallo. All right, so he's got some power. Just pitch him, Sonny Gray. Pitch, pop out. Troy Tulowitzki. All right, pitch him. That's a single. 1-out single. James Loney. Do I pitch for contact? All right, I'm going to pitch for contact against this guy, all right, because his power's down there at 45, his discipline's at 51. Yeah, pitch to contact. Let's see if I got a double play here. James Loney. It's a double, and a run comes in. Should have just pitched. Shit. Antonio Santiago. Ooh, a potential. All right, just pitch. Fly out. Advance the runner. 2-out. Brett Nichols. We hit the bottom of the lineup, just pitch. Strikeout. All right, so we gave up the first run there, boys. Might have been a mistake to pitch to contact. Jose Ramirez back, top of the lineup. That's a leadoff double. That's a beauty thing. All right, Brock Holt. Do I swing or do I bunt? Bunt for Piscotty. Get this game tied up. Yep, bunt him over. And you know what? Hit and run. Ramirez is pretty fast. Yeah, you know what? Hit and run. Ramirez can steal. Hit and run, baby. Fly out. Damn it. He had to return to second, boys. Still only 1 out. Steven Piscotty. Do I hit and run again? No, you know what? A single will score. Swing. Yeah, baby! Steven Piscotty comes through with a double. And the Oakland A's are on the board. Chris Davis, we got a runner in scoring position. Come on, baby. Swing. Ground out. Mark Hanna, what can you do? Swing. Strikeout. All right, we got the game tied. All right, Sonny Gray. Now, I know the lineup now. Pitch. Ground out. Carlos Gomez. Pitch. Solo home run. Damn it, Sonny Gray. Rougned Odor. Pitch. That's a double. What the hell is going on here? Nomar Mazara. Should I, probably should pitch around this guy, put the runner on first, and then get to Joey Gallo's got power. You know what? Pitch around, just in case. You might get a strikeout. Pitch around. A fly out. There you go. And then Joey Gallo, he's got some power as well. His discipline is up there. He'll probably get a walk, but then I can get to Troy Tulowitzki, but he's 1 for 1. No, you know what? Trust Sonny Gray. Pitch. Ground out. He gets out of it. Beautiful. All right, Coughlin, let's go. Top of the 4th. We're down by 1. Swing. Ground out. Ryan Healy, swing, strikeout. JT Realmuto, swing, ground. Ooh, we're not hitting well this game, boys. Sonny Gray, Troy Tulowitzki, pitch, pop out. James Loney, ground out. Antonio Santiago, ground out. Okay, so the pitchers are starting to take over here. Jake Marisnick, Try a bunt. Just try a bunt. You know, I'm going to try a bunt. Can he get on with a bunt? No, pop out. He couldn't even get it down. He pops it up. Jose Ramirez, swing, ground out. Brock Holt, swing, strikeout. Man, it's a pitcher's duel right now. Not Sean Doolittle. Sonny Gray against Brett Nichols. Pitch, pop out. Elvis Andrus, strikeout. Carlos Gomez, he's got a home run already. Pitch, ground out. Woo, look at these pitchers go. Steven Piscotty. All right, ooh, pitching change. They're bringing in Matt Bush, right-handed reliever from Cali. All right, home runs. He's a little bit weak against home runs, and we're coming through to the power part of the lineup. We might have a solo bomb in us here, boys. All right, Steven Piscotty. Swing bat us. That's a flyout. Come on, Chris. Come on, you're 0 for 2 on the day. Swing, that's another flyout. Mark Canha, 1 for 2 on the day. Swing, that's a walk. All right, Chris Coughlin. He's already got a walk so far. Can he come through again? Swing, that's a single. See what I mean about Coughlin, boys? He's got 3 at-bats. He's got a walk and a single. Beautiful. What is that, 1 for 2 with a walk? Yeah, I think 1 for 2 with a walk. Now, Ryan Healy, you got runners in scoring position again. Come on. Swing, a strikeout. Ryan Healy sucks. Jesus, Sonny Gray versus Rougned Odor. Yeah, he's got his energy still. Bottom of the 6th. Pitch, ground out. Nomar Mazara, pitch, solo bomb. I knew it. I was thinking about I'm pitching around him. Joey Gallo, nah, you know what? Go with it, Sonny Gray. Pitch, single. Should I be taking Sonny Gray out bottom of the 6th? No, you know what? Keep going. Pitch, strikeout. James Loney, we just need one more. Pitch, ground out. He gets out of the inning. We need some offense, goddammit. JT Realmuto, let's go. Swing. All right, new pitcher, Jeremy Jeffers. Oh, whatever. Oh, Jesus. His velocity is up there at 99. All right. So he's got a strong 2-seam or a 4-seam. Here we go. JT Realmuto. Swing. Ground out. Jake Marisnick. Do I bring in a pinch hitter? Bring in a pinch hitter at this point. Pinch hit. Let's see. We're down in the game. Do I save it for... You know what? I'll save it for later. No, I got to save the pinch hit for later. Yeah, because I may be in a better spot in the 8th or 9th inning. So, you know what? Jake Marisnick, swing. Oh, he gets on with a single. Okay, we're stealing. It's a hit and run time. Hit and run. Jose Ramirez. Hit and run. Fly out. He's got to return. Hit and run again. Hit and run. Brock Holt. Hit and run. Stolen base. Good job, Jake Marisnick. All right, Brock Holt, if you can just get a single here. What have you done so far? You're 0 for 3. You're due. Swing. Ah, he lines it out. We don't get a run. All right, Sonny Gray. He's still, he's got the energy. Bottom of the 7th. Keep going with it. Pitch, fly out. If he makes one more mistake, I'm taking him out. Breck Nicholas, strikeout, and Elvis Andrus, ground out. That's a good game for Sonny Gray, man. He needs some run support here. Steven Piscotty. Here we go. Ooh, it's another pitcher. Look at the bullpen. Kella, whatever. Keon Kella. I probably butchered that. All right, Piscotty, come on. This is the power part of our lineup. I need some hits here. I need some base runners. Swing, line out. Chris Davis, 0 for 3. Swing, fly out. Mark Canha, for God's sakes. Swing, fly. Ah! All of our base hits came early, and we couldn't get a freaking runner home. Only one. All right, so Sonny Gray, leaving him in there. He's having a good game. Carlos Gomez, strikeout. Rougned Odor, a ground out. Nomar Mazara. You know what? Pitch around this guy. Pitch around. He's a walk. All right, you know what? Here we go. Pitching change. Yep. We're going to go with, let's go. You know, let's get out of this inning. We can still win this game if we can get out of this inning. Fernando Salas. Get in here and save this game for me. All right, Salas. Pitch, baby. Single. Salas, you got to come through. You got to get one. Troy Tulowitzki. Fielder's choice. Salas gets out of the inning. All right, so here we go, boys. Top of the 9th. It's our chance. Chris Coughlin. Yeah, he's the one I want against a right-handed pitcher. It's Coughlin, all right? He's already got a single and a walk today. Swing! Uh-oh, Sam Dyson's coming in. It's their closer. Still a right-handed pitcher, so it's going to be Coughlin. Swing! Fly out. Damn it. Ryan Healy. He's 0 for 3. Let's see. Do I pinch hit? No, I got to save the pinch hit for Jake Marisnick. JT Realmuto. Wait, you know what? Hang on. Do I have to get something going here. Ryan Healy's been god-awful. You know what? I'm going with Spangenberg. And then I can go with Walter Chang. You know what? No, I got to save Spangenberg for Marisnick if we get that far. It's 2 runs. No, I got to go with Ryan Healy. All right, he's 0 for 3. Ryan Healy, what can you do? Swing, he gets on with a single. Okay. Now pinch run it first. We got, who can I throw in there? I could always throw that Chris Young guy. Yep, Chris Young. And then, can Chris Young play third? No, he can't. But I could always switch up. Oh, shit, hang on. Ramirez can play the outfield. Ramirez can play third. Brock Holt could play the outfield. Somebody could play shortstop. Fuck, hang on. If I take out Ryan Healy, third base. Do I have an outfielder that can play? You know what? Whatever. I need to do this. No matter what, I'll just have to have somebody play the outfield. So, Chris Young, get your ass in there as a pinch runner. All right. So, he's on base, boys. JT Realmuto, can you come through? Do I want to do a steal? No. I gotta get lucky with a hit here. JT, what can you do? Swing, strikeout. All right, Jake Marisnick now, pinch hit for sure. We're going to go with Spangenberg, all right? Let's go. No, you know what? I'm not gonna. Do I hit and run? Do I hit and run? I'm gonna go hit and run. If this is a double, if this is a strikeout and a freaking caught stealing, I'm gonna be pissed. Hit and run. It was a double play, boys. It was a double play. Game log, let's see. What is it? Spangenberg replaces Jake Marisnick. Young breaks for second. Corey Spangenberg flies out to right fielder Nomar Mazar. Oh, you know what? Was it 2 outs already? No, it was 1 out. We must have tagged him up or something. Something must have happened right there. The important part is that the first game of the season goes to the Texas Rangers. Damn it, boys. I'm sorry. I tried my best. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate the first month here. We're going to keep an eye on our scouting, and we're also going to keep an eye on the Double-A squad with Theo Perkinson. So I think... Hang on, Double-A will tell me about lineups on Thursday. Okay, so let's do some simulating. Sean Meneas, first game of the season, we lose 5-1. Taijuan Walker, first game of the season, we win it 3-0. All right, Shelby Miller, let's see what he can do. Okay, so the Sounds AAA have 26 players on their roster, really? Okay, so I got to fix that. Hang on a second. Yeah, I'll do the scouting in a second here. Why does AAA have so many players? Who do they have? Oh, geez, give me a second here. Look. 5 outfielders, 2 infielders. How many pitchers they got? They got 12 pitchers? 4. Yeah, they got 12 pitchers. What do they got? They got too many outfielders? They got 5 out. Yeah, you don't need 5 outfielders. That's the one. Okay, so was it Joyce after he dropped through waivers? That's it. Matt Joyce dropped through waivers. Okay, so I'll take the worst at this guy. Owen Lamb. All right, you can go down to single A. You're garbage. There you go. Everything else is already taken care of. All right, so that took care of that. Now, scouting. Let's see. Cameron has completed his infielder's assignment for the West region. Good. And Rufus Escobar has completed his infielder's assignment. So the infielders in the West have been found. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to go and sort by power and just try to find some of these players here. All right, so power 65, power 70. Not the greatest guys so far, but that could always change. Darnell Cruz. All right, I'll scout you. And Roger Frost, I will scout you. So we'll scout those 2 guys, boys. All right, so let's continue our simulating. Last game of the series against Texas, and we win it beautiful. All right, so the Sounds AAA do not have a valid pitching rotation, auto-fix rotation. There you go. Now, that takes care of that. Let me go back to lineups here. Let me go to Double-A. All right, so Theo Perkinson and Will Nixon are on the bench. Don't worry, I can change that. Get in there. Get in there. There you go, Theo Perkinson. Get your ass in there. Theo Perkinson, Sammy Caruso. No, this is the Theo Perkinson show, all right? Now, where should I play him? I want to put him in the star position, number 4. No, put him in number 3 so he gets tons of at-bats. Yeah. All right, so hang on. Number 3, number 4. Yeah, you know what? I'm putting him in number 3, boys. There you go. So he gets more at-bats, and he's in that star position, so he loves it. All right, so there you go. Theo Perkinson, and also Will Nixon. I got to get him playing in the outfield. Rodney Chamberlain. Yeah, he can replace Rodney Chamberlain. There you go. He's already playing there. Will Nixon, Rodney Chamberlain. Oh, that's a DH. Corey Lovett. No, he's a C. And Jay Schaefer. There you go. Get your ass in there. All right, I'll just switch these 2 guys up. All right, so Theo Perkinson and Will Nixon are getting plenty of at-bats down there in Double-A. So after the first month, we'll take a look at their stats and see how they played, all right? So let's just go 1 series at a time. The next series against the Houston Astros. Let's see. The Oakland Athletics. We're on a 5-game winning streak, boys. All right, acquisitions. Let's see. So we completed our assignment of outfielders in the West, which is good. So again, let me just sort by power. Yeah, not too many guys here. Andre Thomas. All right, search there. And Will Sang. All right, beautiful. All right, so let's go to the next series. The Texas Rangers. The next 3 games. Let's see. All right. Well, we took that series as well. This is good. This is a good start to the season, boys. The Oakland Athletics are 7-3. Maybe our starting pitchers, because of their contracts, they're looking good. You know what? I'm just going to go 1 more series so I can get all the scouts on the same time frame here, okay? So the next series against the Seattle Mariners, another divisional opponent. We take that series as well. All right, so we tied our first. We haven't lost a series yet this season. We tied 1 and we won 3. This is good. This is good. All right, so let me go back to scouts. All right, I know you guys all finished your reports, so let me just go to accuracy. All right, you guys get your ass scouted. All right, this year I'm just gonna go for a lot of different players. We'll find a bunch of 80s. I'm not gonna just try to find players from California. Okay, we're just gonna try to find as many players or uncover as many players as we possibly can, rather than look for a specific type of player. So that's that. Let's go towards or past the Atlanta Braves. Let's see, 1, 2, and we win that series. Oh man, we're playing good. Now this is the interesting team of this division. Remember the acquisitions they made in the offseason: Hugh Darvish and Eric Hosmer, right, to the LA Angels. So definitely the team we're going to be competing with for the entire season, as long as we're a good team. So 4-game series. Let's see what happens. We win. All right, we won another series, 14-6. What the hell have I done here in Oakland? Freaking Billy Bean, give me a goddamn contract raise. Oh, we're tearing it up. All right, the Cleveland Indians, they're 13-6. This may be a return to earth here. Here we go. Let's see. Loss. Fuck. Just as I call for the raise. All right, so that's not good. Scouting assignments. Let's go. Let's keep on searching. Yep, I'm just going to find all the players that we possibly can. You know what? I'm actually going to sort by players that are MLB ready. All right, so, that's a relief pitcher. I don't want a relief pitcher just yet. Hang on. You, closing pitcher. Yep. 19, closing pitcher. Yep. 22 plus 22 plus 22 plus 22, and then all these other guys. All right, so we pretty much got everyone taken care of. I'm going to have to send out my scouts to find some more players, not just in the West. I'll do that next. All right, so that is that. Let's go. Next series against the Chicago White Sox. Come on, let's get back on track. Don't give me like a 6-game losing streak right now after that tremendous start. Let's get back on track here, boys. There we go. We won that series. All right, so the first month of the season, we won every single series, tied 1 and lost 1. All right, you know what? I'm not going to do the math. The record is 16-10. I'll take it. And we started off last year pretty good as well, and it all came crashing back down to earth. So we just got the first month done. Let's take a look at who's performing well. So Paul Green had a strong month of April. Don't know who that is. Emery Bloom, he posted an ERA of 1.24. Alan Darden had an outstanding month. Okay. Jerome Shackelford tore it up. Lewis Burke struggled in April. Do not say good. I was going to say do not freaking say Theo Perkins struggled. I'll be pissed. Theo Perkinson, let's see. All right, so we're seeing some growth, but we're seeing some drop-offs as well. His power is dropping, but don't worry, that can always go back up. But his contact versus lefties is going up. His discipline, which is the one we're focusing on, remember. If I want to train the power, I can continue to go up. But it's because we're focusing on discipline, clutch, and vision, right? So it seems like AA is the right place for Theo Perkinson. We are seeing growth out of him, which is good. Now, if I want to just quickly take a look at stats, player stats, right? Theo Perkins. Oh, no. Yeah, I can go from this screen. Player stats and then move. There you go. Perfect. This game is so cool. The way you can just move around. All right, so Theo Perkinson. Let's see what he's done. He's had 71 at-bats in AA. All right, 1 home run, 13 RBI. His batting average, look at that. All right, so you guys, you pro MLB 17 The Show players, you let me know. What kind of stats, are these like really good stats for AA? Or should we just leave him down there? Because I remember you guys were saying if he's performing well in AA, bring him up to AAA. Because you'll see more growth and you'll see it faster. But is that good enough? Because he's only got the 1 home run. You know, should I just leave him down there and let him continue to have that on-base percentage and that batting average? Because he is playing well. So I will leave that question to you guys. Very interesting and very important because Theo Perkinson is a part of this team. All right, now look at the Oakland Athletics. So Sonny Gray is going up by 1. Chaminade is going up. Beautiful. Taiwan Walker, nothing. Shelby Miller, a little growth right there. Daniel Mengden, a little bit of growth. Jesse Hahn's dropping off. All right, so it may be beneficial to, if you go to pitching rotation, take Jesse Hahn out of the rotation and put Daniel Mengden in there. And Jesse Hahn could be the long relief. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so you guys let me know if that was a mistake, but Daniel Mengden's going to be part of our rotation now, all right, just because what's-his-name was starting to drop off. Manage roster, all right, let me just go through this again. So that's all that taken care of. Sean Doolittle, we're seeing some growth. His Ks went down, but his home runs went up, which is good. All these other guys I'm not going to focus on. Now, Tim Schultz, I got him down in AAA. Let's see. Yeah, so Tim Schultz is benefiting from playing in AAA, boys. So we have a nice right-handed reliever from Cali coming up for next year. Might even be be able to make it up for this year if he has a good year. All right, so you guys let me know about that. JT Realmuto, we're seeing some drop-off from him. Walter Chang, so he's on the bench. We're seeing some drop-off from him. What's he been doing so far? Hitting 231, on base 353. Damn, man, 353 on-base percentage? I might want to play him instead of JT Realmuto. What's JT Realmuto's? Hitting 205 on base percentage. Woo! If we're going Moneyball tactics, boys, do I go with Walter Chang already? I mean, he's only had 13 at-bats to JT's 78, but should we give it a chance? You guys let me know. Mark Hanna, what's he hitting? 247. On base 309, not great, not great. Brock Holt, okay, Brock Holt Spangenberg. We want to keep an eye on this, right? At bats 89, he's hitting 213, on base below 300. So Brock Holt not pulling his weight. At bats 28, 250, on base 323. So you guys take a look at their individual stats. You let me know who you like better. All right, Brock Holt, he's got the better vision, discipline, clutch, while Spangenberg's got a little bit better power and contact. Right? I don't know. It's like a dead heat between those two. Third baseman Jose Ramirez, good. We're seeing some growth out of Jose. He's getting even better against lefties, which is good. Ryan Healy's hot. Okay, so we're seeing some dip in his power, but that's because we're training his discipline, remember? Now, his discipline hasn't gone up, but he's a hot player right now. He's hitting 275 with an on-base of 310. I like the fact that he's hitting 275, so that's good for Ryan Healy. Marcus Semien, he's hitting even better against lefties. Good. Let's see the left fielders. Now, the ones that we signed, right? Chris Davis. So we're seeing a little bit of drop-off by Chris Davis. I guess he's not hitting home runs. He's only got 4 home runs. On base slugging percentage. He could always turn it around. Chris Coughlin. All right. So Coughlin and Young. Let's see what these guys are doing. See what I mean, boys? See what I mean? Moneyball tactics. I'm making sure Coughlin's only hitting against righties, and he's got that discipline stat as well. So his batting average is 306. His on-base percentage is 352, and he's had 49 at-bats. This is what I mean, the difference between Ben Revere and Chris Coughlin, all right? Moneyball, boys. And if you take a look at Chris Young, only hitting against lefties, he's hitting 275, which is a good batting average, and his on-base is close to 400. So it doesn't matter who we have in left field, we have somebody who's close to 300 and close or above 375 for on-base percentage, right? So you guys let me know about that change to the left field. I think that's doing wonders for us. Jake Marisnick, we're training his contact versus lefties and righties, and if that can get above 60, look, he's hitting 315. Fucking Jake Marisnick is hitting 315 with 73 at-bats. On base 351. He's not getting walks, he's getting hits. Good job. And then Steven Piscotty, we're seeing some drop. Okay, so Piscotty's not having a good year. His potential's dropping and his overall's dropping. Hitting 230. Oh yeah. Piscotty's not having a good year. So it's hard to define or it's hard to analyze what this team is all about right now. We're playing well. Some players are playing good. Some players are struggling. But, you know, if I have to just look at it as a whole, I like how our team looks right now. So, boys, this has been good. Let's end it off with a quick critical situation, all right? So, let's go. Yeah, we'll just slowly go through here. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Giles is trying to close you out. Let's get a rally going. What is it? Bottom of the ninth, 2 out. We got Crush Davis on with 3 on. I had the chance for the home run walk-off or the loss. Oh, we got to do this. Let's go. Here we go, boys. Chris Davis, who's 0 for 4. He's not having a good season, but he can turn it around. You just need one moment, Mini Crush. One moment to turn this season around. And look here in Oakland. We got a packed house, baby. Yeah, we actually got fans up there in center field. We're above 500. Woo! All right, so who's this pitching? Hang on a second here. I got one mistake and the game's over. Giles. All right, so it's fuck! Are you kidding me? 4-seam 97, 2-seam 94. Well, fantastic. And a slider. Okay, well, let's make sure it's not on Legendary first. All-Star. Okay, good. Don't need it on Legendary for this. That's for General Zod. All right. Looking to pull. High and tight 4-seam. I got to just pull the trigger. Nope. Oh, could have hit it, boys. Could have hit it. But I had a pitch in mind, and I'm not swinging at something I can't see. All right, I've not warmed up. I'm not warmed up at all. I just need to get a single. Come on, Chris Davis. You can do it, my man. Whoa! Oh, go, baby! Yes, the wild pitch. And that advances the runner. So we got the scoring run, or the winning run in scoring position. All right, here we go. We're going to mess with this timing a little bit more. Oh, going to make you think about that wild pitch. All right, come on. Game's giving it to you. Now you just got to come through. You got to succeed. You got to execute. Oh, taking that. Oh, I almost swung at it, boys. I was like, that's it. That's a high and tight four seam, but it was too tight. Oh. All right, he's throwing 3 four seams, so he's loving his fastball. The slider's coming, but I'm not looking to hit the slider. All right, four seam again. Ah, there's the fucking slider! The son of a whore! That thing looked like a four seam and it just dipped. It screwed me. Oh, no. No, don't do this to me. All right, all I need is a single, so aim down. Aim down here, Crush. Aim down. All right, all I need is a single. Crush it through the infield and win the game. Come on, please, God. Oh! 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 It was good timing! No! Giles, you piece of shit! And the Oakland Athletics, they go down. Oh my God, 0 for 5 for Chris Davis. I want to see the timing of that swing. I know it was good. Oh, that slider killed me, man. That slider killed me, and it put me in a position where I had to protect the strike zone. And when you got a guy who can throw 99, 98, it's going to screw you. But honestly, the fact that I didn't foul tip that off, oh, you know what it might be? I'm hitting with Chris Davis as a power hitter, not necessarily the best contact hitter with the greatest vision, right? When he gets it, man, he can pop it, but it's putting the bat on the ball. That's the tough thing. Damn it, I can't believe we lost. Well, you can't win them all, boys. Can't win them all. So you guys let me know about the changes, the lineups, the rotations. Theo Perkinson down there in AA. There's a lot of questions I put to you in this video. And if we're going to finish above 500, hell, maybe even make the playoffs, we cannot let this season get away from ourselves. So what can I do to make our team even better? Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out our website, 2bcsports.com, where the hockey talk continues. Find myself and others in the live interactive chat, or dive into the active forums to talk about sports and gaming. You can also find us on Twitch, where the live streams come to life.